Father's last moments with dying toddler. How would you spend your last moments saying goodbye to a loved one? Imagine it was a little one who could barely talk. It's heartbreaking when anyone dies, but especially tragic when the person is a mere toddler. When parents lose their children, it's always a trying time. Most parents would agree that children should not die before their parents. Alfie Evans was born very ill. His life expectancy was low. His parents, though, wanted him to have all the chances at survival. His parents worked to ensure that he got the best treatment possible. However, the courts did not allow him to be transported overseas for more treatments. Tom Evans and Kate James resided in Liverpool, UK, before Alfie was even 1 year old. He began suffering from seizures that put him in the hospital. When Alfie was in the hospital, his doctors discovered that he actually had a degenerative brain disorder. He was often lying in the hospital bed, barely conscious. The doctors couldn't really pinpoint the precise nature of the ailment. In Alder Hey Children's Hospital, the doctors had given up hope. They were pushing the parents to take the little one off life support. Alfie's parents were extremely unhappy with the idea. They were in seemingly constant clashes with the staff. The staff wanted to help the parents to let go, but they continued to hold tight to the fact that Alfie would be cured. The doctors even thought it was inhumane that the parents wouldn't stop the life support. They could see in the scans the extreme measure to which Alfie's brain had decayed to. They didn't foresee him having any quality of life. The parents took their fights to court. Both times, even the highest echelons of court, the parents were denied their request to continue to keep Alfie alive. Tom was quite upset. To him, Alfie was a prisoner at the hospital. The case got a lot of attention. Even the Pope noticed the plight of Alfie. Tom traveled to Italy to meet him and request Italian citizenship. The Pope granted the request and said that the Italian hospitals might have some ideas that could help keep Alfie alive. The European Court of Human Rights did not agree, however, with the Pope's edict. They did not give Alfie permission to travel. Finally, Alfie's life support was turned off on April 23, 2018. And even though the parents still kept fighting after that to take Alfie to Europe, he died on April 28th. Alfie was able to breathe for a while without the ventilator, but that failed. In one last effort to keep his son breathing, Tom performed mouth-to-mouth. When people heard of the news via social media, thousands gathered around the hospital to release balloons into the air as a send-off. The Pope even tweeted about the news. He said that he was deeply moved. The hospital also acknowledged that this was a devastating journey. It seems to have struck a chord in many individuals' hearts. In the days of euthanasia, there's also some room for fighting for the rights of people to stay on life support. The parents in this case were unhappy with the hospital. They fought the decision to the end. They seemed to have hope for their baby. They weren't able to agree that his brain damage was too extensive to provide any quality of life. It's certainly a case that involves a lot of ethics. People might say that doctors don't have the right to decide what a good standard of life is. But if a machine is prolonging life, then it costs a lot of money, especially if there's no real hope that the person will wake up and gain consciousness. Brain damage is a difficult subject, so many people want to weigh in on this. They've seen miraculous recoveries of people in their lifetimes who weren't supposed to live. This only furthers their resolve that the doctor's pronouncements are not the only ones that matter. In this instance, it's easy to lose hope. The doctors sometimes, though, have to step in and make the final decree that there is no hope. That's a difficult situation to be put into in the first place. While people might want to hold on forever, sometimes that's not the option. Even the courts weigh in on these cases where they believe that it's not right to continue to hold on to a human. In the case of Alfie, it's stunning how hopeful the parents were. The boy passed, no doubt, with an awareness that his parents deeply loved him.